Good morning and welcome to another edition of Ram Pride. I'm your host, Nicole Ferguson. It's Friday, October 24th, 2003, and we have a lot of things going on the campus of WSSU this weekend. But before we get to BET and the big game and all of that, we have a few special guests for you on today's show. First, we have Ms. Black and Gold, Temeka Dean, and then we'll have Ms. Phi Beta Sigma, Trivy Westbury. And after that, we'll have Nebra Bess, which will explain to us exactly what Pre-Alumni Council is and how you can contribute to the cause. So we'll get started right now. Our first guest, Ms. Black and Gold, Temeka Dean. Welcome to the show, Temeka.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Well, first of all, I just want you to tell the audience a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your major, that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm Temeka. I'm a junior. I'm a mass comm major from Charlotte, and I was contestant number 2.
Okay. What prompted your decision to run for Miss Black and Gold?
Actually, I really didn't want to do it.
Really?
Stephanie, one of the former Miss Black and Golds from a few years ago, asked me to come to a meeting with her, and I was like, okay. Found out what the meeting was for, and I was just like, okay, what's the worst that could happen? I won't get it, so I was just like, okay, I'll do it.
So I know they explained exactly what they were looking for in the meeting and that type of thing. Was there anything in particular that they said that attracted you to, you know, actually going out there and going through with it?
Well, when they told us the requirements, our GPA had to be a 2.5, had that. Talent had that, you know, just everything like that. I was just like, why not?
Okay. So can you explain to us the preparation involved in getting ready for a pageant? Because I know it can be costly, it can be, you know, time consuming.
We started practicing about a month before the pageant, and it was 6 of us, and learning the dance. Some of us were rhythmically challenged, and so learning the dance took the most time, but in the walk was a little bit harder than you thought because it wasn't a regular walk. You had to like walk different, and that was about it, just practicing the whole setup.
So how was the whole atmosphere with, I know pageants, the girls, sometimes they're friends, sometimes it's a competition atmosphere. What was the atmosphere?
We were all friends.
That's great.
We all got close. Every time we saw each other in the yard, it was like, hey.
Yeah.
So, and we're still like that. So
really? Okay,
it was
that's great. So describe the day of. Did you go to classes that day, or were you spending the whole day like preparing?
I went to class.
Okay, I just some people don't. I don't know.
I went to class, and we had to be in the auditorium at 4:30. We had to be in there really early.
Okay.
So went to class. I wasn't really nervous until the show started, but had somebody do my hair and everything. So it was okay.
Okay, and what all was in the pageant? What were the requirements? I know you have talents, an oral part, an introduction.
There was a swimsuit scene, a business wear scene, the formal wear scene with the question and answer, and the talent.
Okay, so had you ever been in a pageant before?
That was my first time.
So how did you feel when the curtain opened? Because I know it's one thing to be in the audience, and it's one thing to have the lights flashing in your face and looking out.
I was nervous. I don't really like getting up in front of people like that, so that was like a big step for me, but it was fun. It wasn't all that bad.
That's great. That's great. Now, when you won, what was going through your head when they were announcing winners? Did you feel like you had a good chance? Were you...
To be honest, I really didn't think I won. They called the second runner-up and the first runner-up. I really didn't think I won. I was like, Mom, you came for no reason. Go home. I didn't win, I'm sorry. But when they called my name, I was like, okay, well.
Okay. And now that you won, what are some of the initiatives that you want to put in place now that you're Miss Black and Gold? What are some of your responsibilities?
I'm going to be helping out with community service projects. Also, I'm in some other pageants. There's another pageant at Central that I have to be in a few weeks. So.
Now, explain that, because a lot of people don't realize that this whole thing goes beyond this campus and beyond. It's like a national kind of thing.
The next pageant is districts.
Okay.
And I'll be competing with other Miss Black and Golds from like A&T, Johnson C. Smith, Central, schools like that. And then the winner from that goes to nationals, and that'll be in Texas. And I don't know the area schools around there, but...
Okay. That's great. And now, finally, just to wrap up, what is the relationship between Miss Black and Gold and the Brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity? Are you all like brother and sister? Or have you gotten close? Were you close to them before? Or
I was close to some of them, but now it's like all of them that are on the yard who know me. They're like, hey, queen, or hey, sis. So it's like they all give me a hug whenever they see me. So it's like we're really close.
That's great.
It's
That's
great.
great. Well, Temeka, thank you for coming on the show. We're going to wrap up now and head to a PSA. When we come back, we're going to have Miss Phi Beta Sigma, Trivy Westbury. Be back in a moment.
Watches Ram TV 19.
Yeah. Watch out, 19. Yeah. Yeah.
The feet are very hard to cooperate with.
What?
Hey!
Stay on the shoes. Watch out now, don't get burned by the light. Burned by the light. Don't get burned by the light.
Right, and welcome back to Ram Pride. With me right now, I have Miss Phi Beta Sigma, Trivy Westbury. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. First, I want you to tell the audience, like I asked Temeka, a little bit about yourself, just in case people don't know where you're from, major.
Okay. I'm a sophomore in the nursing program. I'm from Winston.
You are?
So
Okay.
I'm home.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
What, like I asked Temeka, what prompted your decision to run for Miss Phi Beta Sigma?
I looked at it as a stepping stone. I plan to run for Miss WSSU as a senior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when I found out about that, I
Mhm.
enrolled myself just to get a feel for what would happen.
Okay, all right. And how comfortable, have you done pageants before?
Not necessarily a pageant, but I have done homecomings all through high school.
Okay, so
I
you're
was
used to
pretty
being
used to
out
it.
there and in front of
Yeah.
people. Okay, well, what differed? Because the preparation is like, it's a lot.
The difference this time was I involved myself a whole lot more. There were less people, so I was able to get closer with the people that were running. So that would be different.
Okay, now you have a special connection with the Fred. Now, is this your boyfriend, your fiance? I don't know okay. So I'm sure he was like really supportive, especially supportive throughout that. Were there ever times when you were like, well, maybe I shouldn't do this?
Yeah,
or,
I thought
okay.
about it a few times. I was like, I don't know, it's kind of much. He's like, you can do it. Really encouraging.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So what was involved in preparation? Temeka said that Miss Black and Gold, they started their practice a month prior to the actual pageant. Was it much like that for you all?
Actually, we started earlier than that, and I'm glad we did because I ended up making the our first scene dresses.
I heard. That's what I wanted to ask you about. That's great. Okay.
Yeah. And I started that as soon as we found out. Like I'll say maybe the second practice.
Okay.
Yeah. So we started pretty early, and I'm glad.
So what did the outfits look like? What color were they? How were they cut?
They were white. They were off the shoulder. They had the like the fairy tale sleeve, and they were straight cut with like a flare at the end.
So what was your talent? Because that seems like a talent in itself.
Yes, Well, I do hair, so that's what I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, explain that for those who weren't there. 'Cause I
Okay,
wasn't there.
if you've watched BET, Genuine's video in those jeans,
Yeah.
the bun she had,
Right.
I
Okay.
did that.
You did.
Yeah.
So you put someone up on stage and you. Okay. That's different. That's really great.
Yeah, because everybody was singing and doing poetry. And I
Right.
wanted to be different.
And everybody kind of does
And I
that.
can't sing
a lot of
anyway.
times. So, me neither, girl.
So.
Me neither. So now that you're Miss Phi Beta Sigma, what are some of the duties, the responsibilities that you have to the frat, to the community, the campus community as a whole?
Okay. Well, of course, you all know that they are community service oriented anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm involved in a whole lot more. I did community service before,
Right.
but not to this extent where it was constantly. Every weekend there's something going on. And I don't mind. I like it, actually. I would also like to see them do more with children because
Okay.
I know a lot of young kids who need that male mentoring.
Right.
And they are really good at that. So I would like to see that more on
Right.
campus and not even, at schools, but here. Bring them here because some students don't want to go to college.
Yeah.
And I feel if you bring them here, give them a feel for what's going on,
Get that
the different
exposure.
programs.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
get them interested.
Okay. So what is the relationship between Miss Phi Beta Sigma and her court? Do you have a court? Or is
yes,
it okay?
Actually, there were 7 of us, and everybody was something.
Okay.
So we had 7 different categories. We all are close. We have a great friendship.
That's great. I saw you guys last night when the Sigmas
yeah.
probated. So
Yeah, I had Miss Delta Alpha, the chapter. She was out with me.
Is that like first runner up? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, first runner up. I wasn't able to get in touch with everyone. So
Okay.
everyone wasn't there.
You
but
guys were sharp. You looked together. You know, I think people could really see that unity. And
we try.
so how did you feel? I know it's one thing to be in the frat and see your boys come out and, you come up with them. But did you feel kind of special last night when they were coming out also?
Yeah, I really did. I stood out. I had on white, so of course I stood out a little more. And I had previously met them during the pageant.
Okay.
So I
you were
knew
familiar.
who they were, but just to see them come out and be so excited as I was excited, it was just there for me.
That's great. Well, thank you. I want to really thank you, Trivy, for coming out and being a guest on our show. Right now, we're going to cut to a PSA, and when we come back, we're going to have Nebra Bess from the Pre-Alumni Council. She'll explain exactly what that is and how to get involved in that sort of thing. So right now, let's cut to a PSA. We'll be right back.
Go for the fun. Come on, go for cakes for everyone. Just one stack is what it takes, and it's gopher cakes. Open wide, stuff your face. There's always room for more gopher cakes. Empty the box, then reload. Eat those gopher cakes till you explode.
Exercised lately?
Till you explode.
All kids have trouble staying within the lines. After the 3rd grade, it could be a sign of a learning disability. With the right help, most kids go on to do well in school. Call now to help your child manage his learning disability. There's no reason to be held back.
There is a
In Salisbury, Maryland, the hungry are being fed. In Wind Falls, Indiana, a man who learned to read at 47 is making sure others learn earlier. Every day, someone in America is doing something to light up another life. But there is so much more to do. The light to do it is within us all. We only need to share it.
Welcome back to Ram Pride. Right now, I have another guest. I have Nebra Bess, and she's representing the Pre-Alumni Council. Welcome to the show, Nebra.
Thank you.
Okay, can you tell everyone exactly what the Pre-Alumni Council is and how you got involved and that type of thing?
Well, basically, the Pre-Alumni Council started out as SARA, which was the Student Affairs Relations Association. And basically what it was standard to do was to build the gap between the alumni and the student body now. And so the Pre-Alumni Council just took over the name and made it a little bit more current so that we can do new things and show new opportunities for the students.
Now, did you guys do that? It began this year?
The Pre-Alumni Council this year, yes.
Okay, and who's the advisor and how did it get formed?
Well, the advisors that we have for this year is Ms. Cheryl Pollard Burns, who works in the admissions office.
Okay.
And it's also Mr. Greg Harrison, who works in the alumni office.
Okay.
So you have someone who's with the students and also someone who's with the Alumni Association.
Okay.
The association has been going on for a while, but the actual different events really have just began this year.
Okay. So who are the officers and what have you all done as a, what have you done currently?
Okay. Well, right now we have about 10 people on the committee. It's a very intimate committee that was selectively picked by Ms. Cheryl Pollard.
Okay, that's what I thought.
We have Ashley Blacktree, who's our president, Candace Brown, who's our vice president, and I'm the secretary, Aaron Richardson, who's our treasurer. We have Louis Pantoja, Alan Brown, Mr. Ram is on there as well, Kia Hood, and Lunday Talley.
Okay, and thus far, what have you all done, and especially in preparation for homecoming? The alums are going to be all over the place. So,
right. Well, basically, what we're going to do is we're going to help out with the alumni registration and different activities that we're going to try to incorporate the students and the alumni with.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll have some kind of way where we can meet up with them and just be able to network, have network opportunities. As a matter of fact, that's another thing that we're working on this year, where we have some of our alumni who have excelled in their field to come back and just to talk briefly to the students and, build that relationship. That's what the basic thing about this is.
And I think it's really important for us to know that people who were in our shoes, just a few years ago have excelled. I know a lot of times we complain about resources, and we don't have this and we don't have that, and they had less than we did,
Exactly.
So, and they still excelled. So I think that's great. Let's see, are there going to be any activities besides the speakers coming in that can get the students involved? Is there any community service that we can help
Absolutely.
out with?
We're trying to, I'm going to talk about the 1892 campaign. We're also trying to incorporate where we do community service, going back to some of our alumni and maybe doing like cleanups. Because as a matter of fact, earlier last month, we went back to one of our alumni's houses and we cleaned up, and she was just so ecstatic about it, and she just, she gives back so much to the school. We're right now doing the 1892 campaign. I don't know. This is the brochure that the organizations will be receiving, also the students. And what it is basically 1892 was our founding year.
Right.
And what we're doing is giving increments of $18.92. If you want to give maybe even, I know you're not going to go as high as $1,890, $189.20, just any kind of way that you can do that. And we're just asking you to give back financially.
Right.
But not only that, just to give back so that we can actually stand up to our motto, enter to learn, depart to serve.
Right.
That's the basis of this, so that we can start different scholarships to bring more students in, to get the feel of actually giving back to your school, which is really important. And I think something that we're really lacking right now could possibly be the reason why we don't have a lot of school spirit.
Right.
So, because we don't know exactly how to give back.
Right.
So,
and we're very much a family. I think Ram's our family. The song, I'll be a Ram until the day I die. That's really, when the alums come back, they're so proud to see, anybody. It doesn't even have to be athletics. And so you think the Pre-Alumni Council can really up the alums' morale, and then they'll want to give back.
Exactly.
That's another thing.
Because the thing is, another thing is that the alumni doesn't know how to talk to the student body, and the student body doesn't know how to talk to the alumni.
Right.
So if we find different activities that way, we can build that bridge.
Finally, where do you see this council in maybe 5-10 years?
That's a good question. I've been thinking about that, as a matter of fact. And if we have the students like we have right now on our committee, who are very dedicated to the things that they do in the school, we will be able to get up there even beyond what A&T and the rest of them have done. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Well, Nebra, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show today. Right now, we're going to cut to some band footage. That's just a preview of what to expect on BET this weekend. We'll be right back.
Now the moment you've all been waiting for. Now that we've set it up, It's time to break it down. Oh man, what did you come here to do? Give me some. Take it back. No show would be complete without the move that makes us unique. We call it the Ram Pride. Here it comes. Here it comes. Where we going? Where we going? All right, man. But before we do, what time is it?
Welcome back to our final segment of Ram Pride. It's just me all by myself, no guests or anything. But earlier you saw Miss Black and Gold, Temeka Dean, and Miss Phi Beta Sigma, Trivy Westbury. And then we had Nebra Bess come in from the Pre-Alumni Council and explain to us exactly how important alumni, student, and administration relationships are. Now, earlier in the show, in the intro, I told you that I would be talking a little bit about this weekend. Everybody's excited. BET's on the way. We're going to be live. Everyone wants to look good. You're going out to get outfits like it's homecoming. No, that's next week. But anyways, we have a couple of things on the schedule, and I snatched the schedule from downstairs. I'll return it, Mr. G, I promise. We have the tailgate party, which is going to start at Bowman Gray Stadium on the south lot from 4:30 to 6:30 tomorrow before the game. And during the tailgate party, we're going to have special guest host Tiffany. Tiffany from, what's the show? She does a little video countdown or whatever. Okay. And co-hosting with Tiffany will be WSSC's Doug Martin and Corey Ruffin, former Mr. Ram. And also DJ Rossis will be spinning on the ones and twos. So that should be a little exciting pregame celebration. And then performing live during the tailgate will be Little Scrappy in Trillville. I don't know who that is. If you guys know, let me know, because I don't know. But I guess they're big because this is BET, right? And I see that we have the junior varsity cheerleaders performing also. We'll get a chance to look at them for the first time this year. Go Rams. And Lil Wayne is coming in. And I hope he doesn't blind the cameras with his gold teeth. But anyways, during opening the game will be R&B artist Joe. And he'll do his own rendition of the national anthem. And then during halftime, we'll have the band accompanying Lil Wayne. So I'm really interested in seeing that. I know it's going to be exciting. I know you guys are excited. I'm excited. And don't forget to set your VCRs. Who knows? You might get on camera or something. Maybe someone will discover you. So go out, get that outfit, have fun. I'm not sure about the parties that are scheduled, but I'm sure there's something popping off Saturday night. So right now we're going to close up this edition, Friday, October 24th, 2003 edition of Ram Pride. We're going to cut to a video. Sean Paul, just something I felt like hearing today. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Miss, can I shake that thing? Miss, Annabella shake that thing. Yeah, Donna, Jody and Rebecca. Woman, get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop. Just keep swinging it, get jiggy. Get crunked up, percolate anything you want. Because it's oscillate if I don't take pity. More to see you get life on the rhythm of my ride. And my lyrics up about electricity. Girl, nobody can do you nothing because you don't know your destiny. Yo, sexy ladies want power with us. You know the car with us, them not war with us. In the club, them want flex with us. To get next with us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I earn them on. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I earn them on. Girl, it's all good, just turn me on. Girl, don't sweat it, don't get agitated. Girl, go and rotate, cause anything you want, you know you must get it. Coming in my mention, don't ease the tension. Girl, run the program, just go and fit it. Yo, have a good time, girl, free up on your mind. Cause nobody can this, your man won't let it. Cause you are the number one, girl, wave your hand, make them see the wedding band. Yo, sexy ladies want power with us. In the car with us, them not war with us. In the club, them want flex with us. To get next to us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I earn them on. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I earn them on. Girl, it's all good, just turn me on. Come on, get busy, just shake that booty non-stop. When the beat drop, just keep swinging it, get jiggy. Get crunked up, percolate anything you want. For call it oscillate if I don't take pity. Want to see you get live when the rhythm it a ride. And my lyrics up about electricity. Girl, nobody can tell you nothing cause you don't know your destiny. Yo, sexy ladies want power with us. In the car with us, them not war with us. In the club, them want flex with us. To get next to us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I earn them on. Let's get it on.
Stop banging on the damn furnace. You hear me now? This is the last time.
Well, let's get it on till I earn them on, girl. It's all good, just turn me on. Yo, shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing? Yo, Annabella, shake that thing, miss. Donna, yo, Miss Jody and the one named Rebecca, yo, shake that thing. Yo, Joanna, shake that thing. Yo, Annabella, shake that thing, miss. Can I, yo, hey, yo, what me go say then? Sexy ladies want power with us. In the car with us, them not war with us. In the club, them want flex with us. To get next to us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I earn them on. Let's get it on till I earn